What do you do when someone tells you that there is a part of training that most people here on YouTube, if you've liked and subscribed this channel, I haven't spoken about it. Did a little bit of research the last day and didn't see any other YouTube channels talking about it, and these are more following than me. There is something that happens in your life that greatly affects whether or not you're going to see results on this thing or from your strength training for your in sport that nobody's talking about. And that is your ability to deal with life stress. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's shorter video. Now you'll notice I don't have a script, there's no fancy introduction today, and there's no click the like button and hit subscribe down below. Just me telling you that and not the little ding. If you haven't already, if you could, that would really help me out. Now, as we look at life stress, what's interesting about this, and the fact that very few, if any, people are talking about this, is that the body does not differentiate between the stress you put on yourself through the bike and the stress you're feeling when the car gets a flat or when the rear derailleur cable for your bike accidentally gets severed and you can't ride your bike. And then your computer dies the next day. And then you got a flat tire. That's a crap day, isn't it? So how do you deal with that? And this is one of the things that many of us, I think, as coaches tend to overlook. We get so focused on the numbers. What's your TSS? What's your TSB? What's your power output? What's your heart rate to power coupling or decoupling? Now, these numbers can all tell us a story, but there are two numbers that are really important. Number one is when you wake up in the morning, on a scale of 1 to 5, how stressed are you? Number two is on a scale of 1 to 5, how well do you feel that you recovered from your last training session? Meaning, are you sore or tired? These two things are very soft science. There is no hard science. Now, we could get our Whoop ring or our Aura strap and get numbers for HRV, sure. But what's really important is you to be able to wake up and feel that yourself as opposed to needing a computer or technology to tell you that. Why is this important? Because when we look at our training stress, it's going to be greatly affected by our ability to deal with life stress. So, for example, for me, I have traditionally been horrible at dealing with life stress. I will lose sleep. I will not be able to progress forward until I figured out the solution for that thing. Whether it's getting a flat on the ride and feeling like I need to get my ride in and then putting it in at 9 o'clock at night and being on the trainer for 3 hours. Yes, I did that, and that was a big mistake. Oh, that was fun also. No, it wasn't. It was horrible. Being able to be flexible enough to understand that I don't necessarily need the solution to this problem right now, but I do need to use my energy wisely. So for me, as I posted on Instagram here on Monday, it was sitting down with a coffee and a croissant and jam and just taking a half hour to do absolutely nothing. I took that picture after dropping the computer off at the lab and just did nothing for a half hour. I had training plans to do. I had a YouTube script to write, which never got done, and yet here we are. The ability to be flexible in life allows you to have more mental and physical energy available to be able to go out and stress your body in a good way and thus be able to train better. So for me, after that coffee and a croissant, it was going early to the velodrome, doing my own strength training program while watching the track program do their on-bike program, and then having an awesome session with them. And that totally brought me back on track and allowed me to get the programming that I was supposed to do that morning done that night until medium late, and the next morning getting up medium early. I had to sacrifice my bike ride, but then my derailleur cable was severed, and it's electric, and I don't have an extra one here, and the mechanic is on vacation. So I just get my workout in at the gym, which is not ideal, but still get it done. But that's long enough for today's unscripted video. There's a lot of different things that can happen to us in life, and believe it or not, our abilities to be able to deal with those stresses and Goosefraba, insert anger management here from Adam Sandler, that's where we're able to actually become far better, fitter, and healthier human beings, is being able to deal with those stresses in a healthy way. Good for us and good for others. So what about you? What was something that life threw you a curveball and you did a really good job, or you progressed as to how you dealt with that stress? Comment down below and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And until next time, remember, train smarter, not harder, because it is all about you. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks.